So how do I write this when I want to write it in R? So the function that we shall use will require you to write down two formulae. One of them will be called fixed, the other of them is called random. In the fixed part, you will be basically encoding this little design matrix using our familiar notation. So if I call y as amount, AMT, tilde method. Method is the I thing. I am not writing the 1 because the intercept term is already considered. So that will give you this, the 1, alpha 1, alpha 2. Now comes the counterintuitive thing. When you look at the random part, you see it is just one column. That according to R's notation is simply 1. So you write tilde 1, put a vertical bar. This gives you the grouping variable, and the grouping variable is tablet, tab. Also observe that since I have got only one output, and that is already specified in the fixed part, it is not necessary that you specify it again. In fact, you are not allowed to specify it again. You have to write a one-sided formula. Write the tilde and then only things after that. And the grouping variable is always written after the vertical bar. So this is the syntax that we shall use when we use R. Now I cannot blame you if you find all these things very confusing, but fortunately there is a simple way of remembering how to construct that random effects formula in R. Let me illustrate this with one example. Suppose you have this model yijkl equal to mu plus alpha I plus beta j plus gamma ijk plus epsilon ijkl, where you know that the cause behind using a random effects is that variable j. So anything that involves j, you are going to make that a random effect. How do you write this in R? The first thing that you have to write is the fixed part, and that you do just in the usual way. You just write fixed equal to y tilde 1 plus I. Now, I wrote the 1. You can of course omit the 1, but I just wrote it for the sake of completeness. 1 for mu and alpha I am just writing I for the variable. So using the same symbol for both the subscript as well as the variable. So the fixed part is straightforward. Now, for the random part, j is the reason why you are doing this. So you factor j out. See whatever remains. So if you take j out of this, only the symbol beta will remain without any subscript. If you remove this, gamma ik will remain. So what you do is this. You write random equal to, put a tilde, nothing before tilde, 1. 1 will be because once you have factored j out, beta is just on its own, that is like the intercept, plus interaction between I and k, that is denoted as I colon k. Notice that I have not put the j, all the j's are factored out after the vertical part. So you just write it and this model will be specified. So it is not very difficult. You really do not have to think about all those design matrices and sub-design matrices and things like that. You can routinely write down what you need. Even in a complicated case, you can do it quite easily.